Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and we are continuing our character profiles, covering both characters and their egos for Limbus Company. Today, we're going to be talking about Rodion. Let's go ahead and dig in. So Rodion is a pretty interesting character. She does come with 3 egos, and she is one of the units who actually had a newly released unit, a newly released 2-star unit in the last patch. So she does actually have 4 different versions of herself, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot to talk about here. She has 3 egos. What is cast? Rodion is the standard ego that she comes with. It costs Gloom 1, Pride 3. If you're anything like me, you spam this because it's so easy to use. It only comes with 15 skill power, which compared to some of the other egos is not a lot. It does have plus 13 coin power, and a lot of times you see this drop in skill power when you do see situations where it gives plus 30% damage if the target's HP is above 50. Growth of 0.67 is okay. And it also inflicts bleed. One interesting thing about this ego, Severance at the turn start, gain 1 slash damage up. More interesting though is lose 10 SP whenever a unit on either side dies. If you use this inadvertently, it is absolutely possible to tank your Rodion down to negative 45 sanity. It is, like, I have done it. So just keep that in mind. That may be part of some strategies in the future. If maybe you're wanting to do like some corrosion ego play or something, but it is something where this can be dangerous if you're using it in the wrong way. 4th match, Flame Rodion, one of the few egos that is locked behind the paid battle pass. Sanity cost of 20, Wrath 3, Pride 2, Envy 1. It's going to be 38 power. Its coin power is negative 18 though, which is really interesting. Growth of 0.79. It's going to inflict 6 burn, which tends to be the direction all of these fire egos go, is impacting burn. And it's going to inflict 3 Wrath Fragility next turn. After defeating an enemy that has burn, heal HP by Wrath of max HP. So it's okay, it's interesting, it's a little bit different. All of these kind of burn egos, it'll be interesting once we have a whole bunch of characters with these burn egos, if we tend to see burn being more viable. But right now, I don't think this is worth just buying the battle pass for to get this ego. Now on the free battle pass, you do get the Rhyme Shank Rodion. So one thing to note here, there is no gotcha Rodion. So there's no gotcha only, which is nice. And I actually like this free version more for her ego. So it only costs 5 Gloom and 3 Envy, which sounds like a lot, but if you're using a lot of Gloom skills, like there's not like 4 different types that you have to set. So it's not too crazy. Sanity cost of 20. Only 15 power again, but you have plus 15 in coin power, growth of 0.7, and it's a blunt attack. Plus 30% damage if the target's HP is above 50%. It does burst tremor, which can be nice, particularly if you're in a situation where maybe you don't have access to a version of her that bursts tremor, and you're maybe running her with some other tremor-based units. It also applies sinking, which is always good. Getting that SP advantage is always great. My dog, he's wanting all the attention right now. You can probably hear him running around me. The passive on this Coldness, on hit, if the target has plus 5 sinking, inflict 1 bind and attack power down 3 times per unit. So pretty good. Again though, it's winning more, as tends to be the case with some of these abilities. Take a look at her standard identity as we do transition to the identities. LCB Center Rodion is going to be the 1-star version and is not the best. Skill power of 3, 4, and 2, with a coin power of 7, 4, and 2, which is not the best. You do have 4 coins on the final ability. She does inflict bleed, but her growth is 0.67, which means going to be really down there. Skill power plus 1 at lower than 0 SP. Okay, that's all right. Deal 20% damage if target has plus 6 bleed. Again, that's okay, but it's nothing remarkable. You're not going to be using her or this version of her, because more than likely you have a different version of her, and different versions of her are much more important, particularly as we are going to talk about clearing the story and skills. So passive on hit, inflict bleed. Nobody's going to use that. Support ability, one ally with the highest HP deals 20% damage with heads coins. That's okay. Her only saving grace, really, about 31 defense, 2 to 5 speed. You're probably going to want to stay away from her as a unit. Now, LCB Assistant Manager Rodion. So this is going to be the Rodion that was with us for a while. I would actually argue between this and the 3-star are pretty much any other version of her is going to be good. Right now, this 2-star version of Rodion, the LCB Assistant Manager version, is my personal favorite and is one that I'm working on. The reason I'm working on her is because she has all blunt attacks. Her skill power is going to be 4, 6, 7 with 6, 1, 2 for the coin power, with a growth of 0.82, which is great. Offense level 40 and 1, 2, 2 for coins. Not only does she inflict paralysis, she inflicts defense power down. She also does that in her final ability as well, and coin power +2 if the target took no damage this turn. So very good. If you're able to pop 3 envies, it's going to deal envy damage to enemies that use defensive skills this turn. Again, amazing if you are running the chapter 3 story. One ally with the highest HP, if you again get that 3 envy, deals plus 20% of damage to enemies that use defensive skills this turn. Not only that, she has really good speed, 3 to 7. She has huge blunt resistance. Her only weakness is that she does have defense 27. And of course that you are going to have to try and get that triple envy unlocked, which can be difficult sometimes since envy is such, I would say, a rare skill for us to actually see. But the 2-star Rodion, I mean, she's incredible. Again, I'm working on her right now to help me clear chapter 3, and I cannot wait to max her out. Quite similarly, Encore Middle Hammer Rodion. I haven't seen a lot talked about with her. I do think she's going to be very good, but she's going to be very good in a different way. Even though she does have access to blunt skills, she's going to be doing bleed, nails, paralyze, and also be focused on fanatic, which is a new status element, which also was released with the 3-star unit that came out. Oh my god, I can't remember his name right now. I even use him, Marisol. But she's good. I think she's going to slide into a natural bleed composition. She does have blunt, she has piercing. Her first skill power, or her first skill power 3 is a little bit low. Does have coin power +4. Her growth is 0.76. But very similarly, skill power of 6, but only +2 coin. Then skill power of 4 with only +2 coin. But you do have 4 coins, you have 2 coins, and you have 2 coins. So again, you're gonna have lots of coins, which is great. Whether or not she's going to be good is very dependent on your bleed formation as well in your party. It almost feels like bleed is becoming this like universal build right now, and depending on what character you're going to pull will depend on like who you slot into that composition. So she can definitely be slotted into any type of bleed composition. I have used her. She's pretty good, but she's not a character I'm working on right now, so I can't say, you know, she's going to be the next, you know, she's going to be the next thing since like buttered bread. After an enemy is defeated, gain 1 haste and damage up next turn. If the unit is defeated, an enemy also gains 1 fanatic. The passive, and then after an enemy is defeated, apply 1 haste and 1 damage up to the ally with the highest SP once per turn. She also has really high speed at 3 to 7. And after all of this, we have to talk about Kurokumo Henchwoman Rodion, which is the 3-star version. And it's so hard to go wrong with Rodion as long as you don't use her 1-star form. It just seems like she's good universally almost. The one thing, like, I can't decide if I like the 2-star or the 3-star better. I do use my 3-star Rodion with my bleed composition. What's great about 3-star Rodion is she is going to be a unit that makes use of poise. We talk about poise, and poise is kind of like a game ender in Limbus company because it's not that great. But once you have it on Rodion here, she has an ability where if the target has 6 bleed, double the crit chance. That's with the poise that you have on. That makes poise essentially twice as effective. which is very powerful. And on crit, it does inflict 10 bleed. This ability, by the way, single coin, but 7 skill power, 16 coin power. She also has 6 skill power with 3 coin power and 5 skill power with 6 coin power. So lots going on here, lots of bleed, lots of poise. She's going to be a monster. Now her passive at 5+ poise, counter skills use skill 3. Don't see a lot of counter use, but her support ability, one ally with the lowest speed deals plus 10% slash damage. I do like that. You may have a chance to get this off. Now, one drawback for her, she does have high HP and medium to moderate defense, but she only has 2 to 5 speed. So keep that in mind if you are running her. I think you can get away with running her again in a bleed comp. I think it remains to be seen if she's going to be better than Encore Middle Hammer Rodion for a bleed comp overall. I think she will be, just because she has so much higher skill power and more damage potential. And then I think if you are just getting ready to go PvE route and you're fighting enemies, you will want to focus on LCB Assistant Manager Rodion as well, just because she is one of those units that has access to Envy. She is one of those units as well, which is going to be able to, you know, take down those defensive opponents. Anyway, everybody, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Make sure you share these videos. I'm a new Limbus company content creator. I've been really enjoying it. And please look forward to more character profiles.